We're closing this nuke yard down. Hello, I'm Griff Rees, welcome to Gwynny Griffith. Here we talk everything beekeeping, farming, countryside living, and we do reviews as well. Now me and Andy, we have been up in Cardigan today, supering up. We've just got 3 supers coming back with us, and that truck was full this morning, so it's been pretty good considering the amount of supers we put on the bees up here, and the fact we haven't seen them for at least 6 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, 6 weeks.
They're doing pretty good. Honey's coming in almost everywhere. Some hives have swarmed, not as much as what I thought, and the majority of the bees were still there, rammed, waiting for extra supers. Well, now they've got extra supers, but for this video we are closing this site down. Now you may recognize this site. There used to be 50 nucs here, well, all of last year and over the winter. So we had hive stands and nucs right down this whole area, right up to where the bramble gets tall. So the last stand was in there. Now they are totally gone. Most of them, or I say most, half of these were sold, and the other half we used to for replacements and populating new sites. So you've seen in other videos we've been opening new sites. A lot of the bees actually came from this site. Now the plan when you're closing anything down, you got to take the valuable stuff first. So Andy's doing there now. We don't want to leave them there too long, Andy. No, well, we need these as well. So they're expensive. We also need them. We need to do a load of splits. We need to get new nukes in. So these are going to go back. I'm going to put frames in them pretty quickly, and we'll get bees back in these again in no time. Because the season is getting on. I know it's only May, and you know, the season is way off finishing. I mean, it's literally only just started, even though it feels like it's finishing, the weather we've had. But basically, there is a plan for this. So we're going to take all these nuke boxes, we're going to stack the bricks, because you think about it, there's over 50 bricks here as well. Hive stands, we're going to stack everything on the side of the road there. The bees actually have been moved from here for probably 3 to 4 weeks, Andy. The last lot of the bees we moved from here, easy.
That would be fair enough, yeah. Yeah,
so the site's been pretty empty. You can see by the grass growing. Now, why are we emptying it? Well, or closing this nuke yard down. Basically, the biggest reason is the number of nukes we'd put here. They were starting to cause a little bit of a problem to the landowner who keeps this site absolutely immaculate, may I say, mowing the rides and everything through the forestry. So the number of bees here, it was never stung, but when you put 50 nukes somewhere and you're driving a mower basically through the middle of it, that's not a very good thing. And you know, I inherited this site when I bought the honey farm up here, and this was a honey producing site, and we turned it into a nuke yard. Now luckily the landowner really wants bees on this site, so we're still going to keep bees, and we've worked out a plan. Me and Andy, we're going to come here over the next couple of weeks. Well, I've said within 4 weeks. We'll film it as well. We're going to actually cut through here. You can see there's a bit of a gap there. We're going to cut a path through there, and where the trees have died, there's a big bowl in the middle there. We're actually going to create an apiary in there, and that's going to be a honey producing site again. So we'll bring 10 hives down here and keep this purely as a honey producing site. Now that was number one. The second reason why we're closing this nuke yard down is because, you know, we could easily move the nuke yard into there. Driving this far up, because we're over an hour away from base, driving this far up to get nukes has been a problem. If you say, I don't know, say we sell 20 on a Tuesday, to drive all the way up here to get 20, it's a big part of a chunk of the day. Especially, you know, you got to find the queens, you got to make sure the frames are good, you make sure the nukes, you know, you got to dress the nuke up to sell it. It's not just about throwing any nuke in the post. And so, you know, that nuke has got to be good, the queen's got to be laying right, the brood pattern's got to be nice, no disease, etc. The queen mark. So a lot of time goes to prepare a nuke to sell it, even though you think, oh, the nuke is there, we just put, you know, that's not how it is. You know, we make sure the nuke's 100%, and that takes a lot of time. And driving up here all the time, it was costing a lot in diesel, but the diesel didn't really bother me. It was the time it was taking, you know, to drive up here and back, 2 hours just traveling. So that was the biggest problem we had. So basically we decided the nuke yards, they have to be within 20 minutes of home, otherwise it's just it's too problematic. So we're gonna open another nuke yard closer to home this year to replace this, because we don't want to be dropping numbers, we want to be increasing numbers. Now we'd like to keep more nukes again, so we may keep more nukes on all the sites, or if we can find another site on top again, then we would do that. So that's the truth. That's why we're closing this nuke yard down. It's been a valuable site to us. We've expanded a fair bit this year because of this site, and we were able to sell a lot more nukes because of this site as well. And it justified really utilising the bees that we've got up here. We've got over 100 colonies easy up in Cardigan. You know, we could go up there, take splits out of them and take them back here. We're not going to be able to do that anymore, so we're going to have to work out what are we going to do there moving forward. But basically that's why we're closing this site down, and next time you see this site now, it will be totally empty of stands, and hopefully not too far in the distance future we'll have bees here again. You're gonna miss this site, Andy, as a nuke yard?
Yeah, it was a really nice place to come. The bees were nice here, they did really well here, they grew well here. But it'd be nice to make some honey here. There's lots of good resources, there's lots of nice pollen for them early in the year. There's also some good hawthorn around. So this will be a nice spring honey site.
And I can see the bramble. I mean, the site is covered in bramble. It's an excellent site really. You know, that is only a few weeks away from flowering. That is almost opening. And I bet you if you're in England, that is already in flower and possibly giving as well. So I'm going to leave you two guys to it. We're going to load this up now, get these poly boxes at the bottom, hive stands on top and backfill with bricks. But that's it for this video and an update from this site. So unfortunately it didn't work out, but that's how some things go in life. Always about moving forward, change, adapt and overcome, and that's what we're doing. See you in the next video.